What's up traders, welcome to Failure to Displace, where we're going to be utilising some ICT concepts to try and ensure that every day is a payday. In this video we're going to be looking at the Silver Bullet Simplified process just to see what opportunities were available for us to try to extract some profits from the market. Today's June the 22nd, 2023. We're going to be looking at the Silver Bullet setup in the London session, specifically on the EURUSD Pair. First thing to note is we do have, which is a little bit random, FOMC member Wallace speaking at 9 AM in UK time. So 9 AM is essentially 4 AM New York time. So he's speaking in Ireland of all places. So coming to Europe and speaking in Dublin. So I was cautious of this going into the session. Let's jump on the charts and mark out some levels. So we've had to scroll back quite a way to find buy-side liquidity. We had a massive pump up yesterday, so kind of in the middle of no man's land. So to get to our buy side, we've had to go back to May the 11th and May the 10th to find 1 hour swing highs. So I'm just on the 1 hour chart here looking for some daily highs. Those were put in on the 10th and the 11th of May. We'll go back to current time now and see what we've got on our 15-minute time frame. So I did live record this, hoping to get a fantastic trade for you guys. However, it didn't go to plan, so I'll explain what happens as we review price action here. We can see we've come up, we are just under that first swing high from the 11th of May. So we've not taken that out yet in Asia. Asia has taken the previous day's high. And obviously based on yesterday's price action, we can see we are very, very bullish. We've got some lovely equal lows here put in overnight on the 15-minute chart, and those have just been swept coming into the Silver Bullet hour. So again, given the fact that we've failed to displace below this, we're already in very bullish price delivery. I have a bullish bias going into this session, looking at taking out potentially the daily high, but at the very minimum, taking out these relative equal highs here, put in just before London and then at London open. So these two 15-minute candles closed, creating equal highs within this 15-minute fair value gap. So that would be my initial draw on liquidity. Drop into the 1 minute time frame. And we'll start scrolling through price action now. So we're going into this with a bullish bias, targeting initially the London high and then potentially the daily high with our other extreme levels of buy-side liquidity above us if price is really going to run. We have to bear in mind that at the end of the Silver Bullet hour, we've got this FOMC guy speaking, so that's playing on my mind, making me a little bit extra cautious because of what price tends to do. Anything around FOMC, price can act a little bit erratically. Let's scroll forward. So we've pulled down, we've taken the 15-minute low prior to the Silver Bullet hour opening up. We're in the Silver Bullet hour, strong displacement candles coming in. Lovely price action, broken structure here, displacement, continued displacement above these highs. So this is really clean price action. We've had our break of structure with displacement. We've failed to displace below the Asia lows, so those equal lows that we highlighted. And we're pulling back in the range, so our eyes are on this. So this is where I was hoping to come back, hit this breaker block here for an entry to the high. So I had an order preset. Stop loss was going to be just below that low. And then ultimately targeting this high. Let's see what happens here is price ran straight through the initial buy side. Started pulling back inside the range. At this point, we've failed to displace above the buy-side liquidity from London. So I'm thinking potentially we could come back and take this. So I'm hanging fire. I've cancelled my entry because I'm not sure what price is going to be doing. If it was going to come straight back, it could just run straight through that price level. We can see price has come back into a discount. It's respecting this fair value gap. So we've got a 1 minute fair value gap here and a 1 minute fair value gap here. At this point, I jumped up to the 2 minute chart to try and get a clearer look at what was going on. So really large, I'm going to get rid of this, really large 2 minute fair value gap. We can use our GAN box just to check. And you can see that price is respecting the 50% of this fair value gap really nicely. So I'm still watching price at this point. I'm still considering a long position. However, I don't like this consolidation. If price would have tagged this breaker block with a rejection, I would take an entry. However, sadly, price continued higher. So the entry was actually respecting this 2 minute fair value gap at optimal trade entry. So price had come back, it had gone to optimal trade entry. That was where it should have been. If I'd have taken that entry, stop below, we would still be within the 5 pip stop loss, which is what my trading plan has. And we would have achieved the 5 pip take profit straight away, more or less with 0 drawdown. So I was just being a little bit greedy, hoping that this breaker block would get tapped. That's what I was looking for in my trade, and it failed to get it. So I wasn't able to get the live trade on. However, we can see that the plan is playing out. Our bias is correct. The London session high is being taken. Scrolling forward, your ultimate target is the daily high, which is there, which has now been taken. The price comes up, takes our first area of liquidity, and we are now fast approaching live time as I'm recording this. Price has pulled back in the range, it's just doing its thing, and we are out of the Silver Bullet hour. So that was the opportunity in the Silver Bullet hour. Really quick summary. Failure to displace, taking out these equal lows, pulling back inside the range. Displacement, breaking structure, which is what we wanted to see. Pull back into optimal trade entry and 50% of the fair value gap, which was respected. So again, because price is so bullish at the moment, looking at yesterday's price action, just didn't come back far enough to tap the breaker block that I was hoping for. But if we'd have gone for an entry at 50% of that fair value gap, then we would have been in profits very, very quickly. Ultimately taking a 2.8, in fact, did we get 3R? Yeah. Ultimately taking a 3R trade if you were to hold it through the session. So a great opportunity, the bias was correct and the analysis was correct. It's just the execution on my side wasn't as good as it could have been. I was just hoping for a slightly deeper pullback. It's really frustrating when you're missing it by just a couple of points getting triggered in. But there we go, it is what it is. That's the trade for the Silver Bullet hour in London today on the 22nd of June. I'll be back later on today with a review of the New York session, looking at the US 500, where again we've got more FOMC action happening, so I'm not sure what price action will be like there. I hope this was useful for you. If you enjoyed the content, please like and consider subscribing to the channel. Leave any questions down below in the comments section. It'd be great to get some feedback from you. And as I say, I'll see you again soon. Thanks, traders.